Hello and good evening, everyone. I am attorney Yael Brudner, coming to you live from Orange County, California. I go live every Thursday evening and talk about immigration issues and updates and topics. And today I am going to talk about the fiancé visa. And I actually picked this topic because a lot of people have been asking about the fiancé visa and starting the process with us to bring their fiance from abroad. So I thought it might be very interesting for a lot of people. If you have any questions today, please feel free to write it in the comments. And even if you are not watching the live broadcast today, then just you can still write the comment and I will get to it later. So for those of you that do not know me, my name is Yael Brudner and I'm an immigration attorney. And my office is located in Orange County, California, and we handle all types of immigration cases. We do business cases, we do family-based immigration, we assist with citizenship applications, and much, much more. And one of my favorite topics is the fiancé visa. I like this. I love this visa. I think it's a very romantic one, kind of bringing couples together to get married. And I am excited to talk to you about it today. So let's jump in right away. So what is a fiancé visa? So a fiancé visa it's a visa that allows a US citizen to bring their foreign-born fiancé to the US for the purpose of getting married here in the US within 90 days. So it's only available for US citizens, and it's available for people that are not married yet. And sometimes people get that a little confused. You can't bring your wife over on a fiancé visa or your husband over on a fiancé visa. The fiancé visa, which is also known, the technical term is the K-1 visa, it's only for fiancés, so for people that are not married. And it's only for US citizens. So a lawful permanent resident cannot petition for their fiancé until they naturalize. And what are the requirements? So how do you bring your foreign-born fiancé to the US for the purpose of getting married? So there's multiple steps. Well, we'll talk about the steps later. First, we'll talk about what are the requirements. How do you qualify? How do you qualify for the fiancé visa? So the first thing is that you have to be, first of all, US citizen. The petitioner must be a US citizen. You, the US citizen petitioner, and the beneficiary both need to be free to marry. And by free to marry, that means that you're not currently married, that if you were married in the past, then you are legally divorced, and you can show the divorce decree. So you can prove that you're free to marry someone else. And also, it means that in the US, you are eligible to get married. Okay, so you're of age of marriage, and there are no other restrictions on your ability to get married. So both the beneficiary and the sponsor or the petitioner both need to be free to marry. You must have the intent to get married in the US within 90 days. So this is not a visa for a girlfriend to come visit the boyfriend and just go to Disneyland. It's a visa that is for the purpose of the fiancé to petition to come to the US for the purpose of getting married within 90 days. Also, they give you a limit. So when you do enter on the K-1 visa, on the fiancé visa, you only get entry for 90 days. And within the 90 days, you need to get married. Okay, that's part of the deal. So if we're just gonna sum it up to here, the petitioner needs to be a US citizen, you and both parties need to be free to marry, and you have to have the intent to marry each other within 90 days here in America and in the US. The next requirement is that you and your fiancé have met at least one time in the last 2 years. Okay, And you have to document the meeting. You have to show that you met. And a lot of times we show this by showing that the US citizen traveled abroad to visit their fiance or their boyfriend or girlfriend, and that's where they decided to get married. We provide pictures of them together. We provide a copy of the plane ticket, of the visa, the stamp on the passport for the petitioner that traveled to visit the fiance, and things like that. We also provide text messages and kind of document the relationship, and especially that visit, because one of the requirements are that we have to show that the couple has met at least one time during the last 2 years. And there are waivers for this requirement. It's very hard to get, but if, for example, your fiance's culture strictly prohibits meeting with the potential spouse before the marriage, then you might be able to get a waiver on the requirement that you have to meet your fiance, or in case that it would cause you, the US citizen, the petitioner, extreme hardship to comply with that one meeting in the 2 years. So there are exceptions. However, they are kind of tricky to get them. And usually we try to get that one meeting so that we can file for the fiancé visa. Patricia, you asked me a question in Spanish, so I don't know how to read Spanish. If you can write it in English, or I can answer you later once I translate it. But thank you for your question. Okay, so those are the requirements for the fiancé visa. And we're going to jump next to what's the process. And again, if you have any questions, feel free to write them and I will answer them, I promise, if I can read it. So what's the process for the fiancé visa? So there are steps. There are 3 steps for the process, and this process starts here in the US with a petition for a fiancé, and it's the I-129F form that you file here in the US with USCIS, and that's where you show the relationship. That's where you show that all of those requirements exist. So that's where you show that you're a US citizen, that you guys are free to marry, that you met once in the last 2 years, and pretty much ask USCIS to recognize that you are really, truly fiancés and you're going to get married, that you guys are engaged and you're going to get married. And that takes about 5 to 7 months to get that approval. Okay. After that, the case is approved here in the US, it's transferred to step 2 to the consulate, and it goes through the National Visa Center on the way. And basically, that's where the fiancé abroad will apply for the actual visa, for the K-1 visa on their passport. So the fiancé will have to go to an interview, and they will be asked questions about the relationship, and the fiancé needs to convince again the consular officer that it's a true relationship, that it's truly and real bona fide relationship. After your approval at the consulate, the fiancé will get a visa for 6 months. So within 6 months, they need to enter the US, and then they get to step 3, which is entry to the US. When they enter, they have 90 days to get married. The nice thing is that you can apply for work authorization right away. You don't have to wait 90 days. You can get married after 1 day and apply for work authorization, for your social security card, for your green card, everything. You can file to adjust your status to a green card immediately after you get married here in the US. So that's pretty much the process. It starts here, it goes to the home country, and then it ends here again. That's the process of the fiancé visa. And a lot of people ask us the question, what should we do? Should we do fiancé visa or should we do marriage case? Because think about it, these are people that, are thinking of getting married and they just don't know logistically, should we do it through the fiancé visa route, or should we do it through marriage case? So that's a loaded question, because there's a lot that goes into it, and it really goes into the time frame of the couple. Sometimes a couple comes to us and they say, well, we want to get married, and we're abroad, and we want to get married. We're living in a different country right now, and in a year or two we want to come to the US and move back to the US together. And we want to apply for green card for my spouse, let's say the US citizen. So in that case, I say, don't even worry about the fiancé visa. You can just get married right away and then apply for the marriage-based visa. You can apply from abroad. You don't need to be in the US to apply for the marriage-based. So in that case, I say to people, just go ahead and do that. Do it from abroad. It takes 18 months, can take a little bit more than that. And when your spouse comes in, they come in with an immigrant visa, not a K-1 visa. They come in with an immigrant visa, which technically, once they come in, is their lawful permanent residence. They are green card holders from the minute they come in. Okay, they can work right away. They have a social security. Everything's already set. Other people just don't want to wait in the home country, and they want to come as soon as possible. So a U.S. citizen is here, and they want their U.S. citizen fiance their foreign-born fiance to come in as soon as possible. So in those cases, we say do the fiancé visa, because within 5 months to get the petition, but let's say within 10 to 12 months, you can have your fiance already here on the K-1, coming in as a fiance, and then just do all the process, finish everything, all the papers here to get their green card here. And she's allowed to work, and he's allowed to work, and all of that. So it really depends on what the timing is. Another issue is right now with COVID-19, we've had a lot of people that could not travel to go get married. So you have a foreign-born fiance in a different country abroad, and the U.S. citizen is here in the U.S. and they want to get married, but the U.S. citizen cannot travel abroad. So in issues like that, we filed for fiancé visas, and then the U.S. citizen stays put, and whenever the visa is approved, the fiancé just comes in, and they could meet sooner than having the U.S. citizen go get married and then wait to come back in. Okay. Another reason could be children. If you have children, if the fiancé abroad has children over 18, then the children won't qualify to also go into or be sponsored by the U.S. citizen in the marriage case. However, in the fiancé case, they can. It's a little complicated, but the ages are different. Sometimes it's 18, sometimes it's 21. So if you are a fiancé and you have children that are under the age of 21, they can be included and also get a K visa, a K2 visa, and also go get their green card through you, which they cannot do on a marriage case, because for a marriage case, you have to be under 18 when your parent got married to the U.S. citizen. So a lot of different things that go into this question, fiancé versus marriage-based. And we have a guide on our website, I'm going to put it right here, that really talks a lot about it, about the different options. Both options are good. If you're in a relationship if you're foreign born and you're in a relationship with a U.S. citizen, so you're about to get married, most likely you're going to get a green card from that marriage. So it's just a matter of what's the best way to get that green card. And we are here if you have any questions. If you want to talk to us about your specific case, feel free to reach out. I put up our number. You can call or text us, or you can visit our website. You can contact us through our website, or you can just read some more information about it. And that's it. That's what I have for today. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to write them down, and I will get back to them even if this is not the live, if it's the replay. Okay, guys. So in the meantime, have a great week, a great weekend. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll be here next Thursday, same day, different topic.